To graph a dilation image, we are going to multiply the coordinates of the original figure by the scale factor to find the coordinates of the image and then graph it. So let me show you what I mean by that. So we have this graph here. We have quadrilateral KLMN. We want to find the coordinates of KLMN, it'd be K prime, L prime, M prime, N prime, after dilation with a scale factor of 3/2. So the first thing we need to do is find the coordinates of the original numbers, the original points. So point K is at -4, -1. Point L is at -2, 1. Point M is at 1, 1. And point N is at 1, -1. So I am going to take for K prime, L prime, M prime, N prime. I like to fill these in because it goes a little faster as I go. All right, -4, I'm going to multiply that by 3/2 because the scale factor right here is 3/2. So that's -6. -1 times 3/2 would be -3/2. -2 times 3/2 is -3. 1 times 3/2 is going to be 3/2. 1, 1 is going to become 3/2, 3/2. And then 1, -1 is going to become 3/2, -3/2. So all I did was I took each of these and multiplied it by the scale factor. And now, I actually already found the coordinates right here. That's my answer. But let's go ahead and graph it as well so you can see what that would look like. So K prime is at -6, -3/2. So if you remember that 3/2 is equal to 1 1/2. Okay, I'll make it a little easier for you to graph. So -6 is here, -3/2 is going to be -1 1/2. So right here is going to be K prime. L is at -3 and +1 1/2. So -3, +1 1/2, here's going to be L. M is at 3 1/2, 3 1/2. So we're going to go over 1 1/2, up 1 1/2. So it's going to be right there. And N is at 3 1/2, -3 1/2. So it's going to be right here. And then if you're not good at drawing straight lines, I'm okay at it. I forgot to put my primes there. And then connect it together. And you can see that that quadrilateral, the pink one, looks about 1 1/2 times the size of the one inside it. Okay? So when you need to graph dilation images, you are going to write down the coordinates of the original points and then multiply them by the scale factor and then graph the new points.